The full history of the bloodline with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns.
Alright, let's talk about how WWE and Roman Reigns created the bloodline. So it all started in 1980 when Paul Heyman managed the Samoan SWAT team.
Bro, apparently this is like the best storyline in WWE history. So I don't freaking know, bro. We're gonna see, bro, if it's just the best freaking story.
Led by Rikishi. Alright, let's talk about how WWE and Roman Reigns created the bloodline. So it all started in 1980 when Paul Heyman managed the Samoan SWAT team led by Rikishi.
Okay, I remember Rikishi. I know Rikishi.
And other members of the Anoa'i family. So that's where Paul Heyman gets his connection to Roman Reigns and the bloodline. In 2020, Roman Reigns will return to WWE after...
Bro, what's that dude named Umaga? Bro, he's related. Bro, he's related to Umaga. Bro, I knew they looked up. Bro.
After months of being off TV and attack The Fiend at SummerSlam. So the next week on SmackDown, Roman Reigns would show up and align himself with Paul Heyman, officially turn heel, and challenge for the Universal title.
Bro, what the freak? He came back in 2020, bro. When did Roman Reigns start his wrestling career? Was it like 2010?
At Payback. Roman Reigns would then go on to face The Fiend and Braun Strowman in a no-holds-barred triple threat match at Payback for the title.
Dang. And bro, that dude face looked crazy. Like, what the freak?
Alright, let's talk about...
No, it went all the way back.
Down to the ring and... Alright, let's talk about Reigns created...
Bro, I'm about to crash out, bro.
WWE then go on to face The Fiend and Braun...
Bro, look at that dude's face, bro. What the freak?
Strowman in a no-holds-barred triple threat match at Payback for the title and win the title.
Well, his shirt say wreck everyone and leave.
Weeks later, a fatal four-way match was held on SmackDown to determine Roman Reigns' opponent at Clash of Champions between Matt Riddle, King Corbin, Sheamus, and Jey Uso.
Bro, look at Sheamus, bro. What the freak? Like, why he got that hat on? What the freak?
So, the only problem is Jey Uso and Roman Reigns are both members of the Anoa'i family. Rikishi is Roman Reigns' cousin, and Jey Uso is...
Bro, do y'all remember when freaking... Bro, do y'all remember when freaking Sheamus was, like, fighting against John Cena and all that, and they were just, you know... Bro, did he have a mohawk? Like, do he still have that? Like, what? I wasn't even paying attention. Okay, play.
Determine Roman Reigns' opponent at Clash of Champions between Matt Riddle, King Corbin, Sheamus, and Jey Uso. The only problem is Jey Uso and Roman Reigns are both members of the Anoa'i family. Rikishi is Roman Reigns' cousin, and Jey Uso is Rikishi's son.
Bro, so they all related? Even the freaking Uso brothers are related to Roman Reigns and Rikishi and Umaga? Bro.
That makes all three of those guys cousins. So on the SmackDown before Clash of Champions, Roman Reigns...
What the freak? They whole family in the WWE? What the freak?
Reigns would go on to attack Jey Uso and set up their match for the title.
Like, their whole family in the freaking WWE? Bro, what the... What?
At Clash of Champions, Roman Reigns would beat the hell out of Jey Uso and force his brother Jimmy Uso to run down to the ring and throw in the top.
He saving his brother. He always be saving his brother, bro. Every time I be seeing that dude save his brother.
To end the match. The next week on SmackDown, Roman Reigns demanded that Jey Uso acknowledge him as the Tribal Chief.
The Tribal Chief?
Which Jey Uso refused. The next week on SmackDown, the Usos would set up Roman Reigns, attack him, which would lead to Roman Reigns giving Jey Uso another shot at the title at...
Bro, they're playing an I Quit match?
Hell in a Cell in an I Quit match. This time, a stipulation was added to the match that if Jey Uso lost, he would have to fall in line with Roman Reigns or he would be kicked out the family. So after Roman Reigns beat the hell out of this guy again for the entire match, it would force...
He stayed beating him up, bro.
His brother Jimmy to run down to the ring again.
He ran down to the ring again to save his brother.
Save him, get choked out by Roman Reigns, and it would force Jey Uso to say, I quit. The next week on SmackDown, Jey Uso would face off against Daniel Bryan and beat him to
Daniel Bryan is still wrestling?
qualify for Team SmackDown at Survivor Series. After the match, Roman Reigns would demand that Jey Uso fall in line and acknowledge him by attacking Daniel Bryan, which he would go on to do and finally acknowledge Roman Reigns. And on that night, the Tribal Chief and main event...
What? So Roman Reigns attacked him? Go back. Play it.
Beat him to qualify for Team SmackDown at Survivor Series. After the match, Roman Reigns would demand that Jey Uso fall in line and acknowledge him by attacking Daniel Bryan, which he would go on
Why he attacked, bro?
to do and finally acknowledge Roman Reigns. And on that night, the Tribal Chief and main event Jey Uso were officially born. Jey Uso would be the last person to be eliminated for Team SmackDown at Survivor Series and lose the match, thus embarrassing Roman Reigns, which would lead to Reigns attacking him weeks later.
Dang, like, he stayed attacking him.
But before WrestleMania 37 took place, Jey Uso would go on to win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And at WrestleMania 37,
okay, he won something.
Roman Reigns would go on to defend his title against Daniel Bryan and Edge. Jey Uso would then interfere in that match and allow Roman Reigns to retain the title. A month later, Jimmy Uso would return and say that Jey turned into Roman Reigns' bitch. A month later, the Usos would reunite and face the Mysterios on
Bro, that pin be kind of zesty looking. You see what I'm talking about? Like, you know what I'm talking about?
on SmackDown, lose the match, and embarrass Roman Reigns. In a rematch,
Bro, he say losing. Dang, he speared a mess out of Roman Mysterio. Bro, he stayed losing and embarrassed Roman Reigns, bro. He stayed losing and embarrassing this dude.
that same night, Roman Reigns would come down to the ring and interfere in the match, attack the Mysterios, and Jimmy Uso
He doing this in freaking Jordan 11's
would
Concord.
walk out on him. A week
Those
later,
not Concords. What's the other? I forgot.
Jimmy Uso would call out Roman Reigns, and things would get heated as Jimmy and Jey Uso would both walk out on Roman Reigns. A month later, all three of them would make
Bro, that belt look tough, bro.
up and reunite, and the bloodline was officially born. Weeks later, the
Bro, I don't know. I feel like this might be a great. Bro, this got to be. This is one of the greatest freaking storylines in WWE history, bro.
Usos would face off against the Mysterios at Money in the Bank and win the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Reigns would defend his title against Edge that same night, retain the title, and that meant that
Bro, he don't lose. Like, Roman Reigns has not lost.
all three Bloodline members were now champs. The Usos would retain their title at SummerSlam, and Roman Reigns would go on to beat John Cena to retain his title.
John Cena.
Brock Lesnar would then return that same night and put Paul Heyman in the middle of everything, being Brock Lesnar's former advocate and current special counsel to Roman Reigns. The
Brock
Bloodline
Lesnar
would then retain all their titles at Extreme Rules and Crown Jewel, with Roman Reigns beating Brock Lesnar in a steel cage match. Roman Reigns would
They love cages.
then go on to attack and fire Paul Heyman as
What the
Brock
freak?
Lesnar would come out, save him, and align himself back with Paul Heyman. Now that was supposed to set up Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at day one for the Universal title,
Dang.
but Roman Reigns would end up pulling out of that match due to him catching COVID. But
He caught
the
COVID?
original plan was for Brock Lesnar to beat Roman Reigns at day one and win the Universal title, and if that would have actually happened, who knows how the Bloodline story would have played out. So instead, Lesnar would go on to win the WWE title at day one. At the Royal Rumble weeks later, Brock Lesnar would defend his title against Bobby Lashley, with Roman
Bobby
Reigns
Lashley?
interfering in the match. Paul
I haven't heard that nigga name in years.
Heyman would then double-cross Brock Lesnar and cost him the title. Brock Lesnar would then win the title back a month later at Elimination Chamber and set up a champion versus champion match against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And in that match, Reigns would go on to beat Brock Lesnar and become the undisputed
He beat him?
Universal Champion. Sami Zayn would then be involved with the group as he was
Who the freak is Sami Zayn? That's him?
in a feud with Drew McIntyre, who inserted himself into
Not Drew McIntyre, bro. What the freak?
the Usos and RK Bro feud. So this led to the Bloodline facing off against RK Bro and Drew
What the freak is an RK Bro? Is that somebody's like that? Who is he?
McIntyre at WrestleMania Backlash and beating them. After that, the Usos would
RK
then go
Bro.
on to beat RK Bro to unify the tag team titles. So with that, each member of the Bloodline now had 2 belts. After being asked by Sami Zayn for help in getting rid of Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns would then face off against him for the Universal title in his own backyard of the UK at Clash of the Castle. And in that match, we would see the debut of Solo.
What happened to the ref? Bro, did the ref just jump out the ring? What the
Each
freak?
member of the Bloodline now had 2 belts. After being asked by Sami Zayn for help in getting rid of Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns would then face off against him for the Universal title in his own backyard of the UK at Clash of the Castle. And in that match, we would see the debut
Like, what
of
the freak?
Solo, who would interfere in the match and allow
Oh, who the freak is Solo?
Roman Reigns to retain the title. So to clear
Bro, it's 3 of them? I thought it was just 2. I thought, bro, y'all had a third brother this whole time?
up any confusion, the Usos and Solo are all brothers, and Roman Reigns is just their cousin, and
What?
Paul Heyman is just some fat guy from New York. After weeks of trying to be accepted into the Bloodline, Sami Zayn would finally be added to the
Who the freak? Why y'all added Sami Zayn into the bloodline?
group. The Bloodline would then retain their titles at Crown Jewel and survive the War Games match at Survivor Series, with Sami Zayn solidifying himself within the group. 2 months later, John Cena and Kevin Owens would face off against Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns on SmackDown, with Sami Zayn losing the match by being pinned and thus embarrassing Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. The Bloodline would then begin a feud with Kevin Owens, who was longtime friends with Sami Zayn. So as a result, the
Bro, why would they let somebody else that's not really blood into the bloodline?
Bloodline would put Sami Zayn on trial for conspiring against the group with Kevin Owens. So on Raw's 30th anniversary show, Sami Zayn was officially put on trial in tribal court by the Bloodline. And even though Paul Heyman said he wanted this guy to die, Roman Reigns would find Sami Zayn not guilty.
Not guilty?
Zayn's loyalty to the Bloodline would then be put to the test, as Roman Reigns would go on to face Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble for the undisputed titles. Roman Reigns would go on to retain the titles, force Sami Zayn
Bro, this dude Roman Reigns been winning. Like, what the freak he been eating?
to take out Kevin Owens, and instead was betrayed by Sami Zayn and got one of the biggest pops we have ever heard in years.
Bro, why you let him on the bloodline?
He would then get
Why?
his ass beat by the Bloodline and kicked out the group. So
Yes, bro. Kick him
this
out,
led to
bro.
Roman
Thank you.
Reigns defending his titles against Sami Zayn at the Elimination Chamber in Sami Zayn's hometown of Montreal. And after nearly beating Roman Reigns,
Nearly beating him?
he would still go on to retain his titles and beat Sami Zayn. So at WrestleMania, the Usos would defend their tag team titles against Sami
Bro, how good is this dude, bro?
Zayn and Kevin Owens, and Roman Reigns would defend his undisputed titles against Cody Rhodes. The Usos would lose their titles
Cody
to Sami
Rhodes.
Zayn and Kevin Owens on night 1, and
Bro, I miss Dolph Ziggler, bro.
Roman Reigns would beat Cody Rhodes on night 2 and retain his titles. And after that, the Bloodline hasn't been the same since, and after multiple betrayals, they are at their most vulnerable point. And now wrestling fans will wait and see how one of the best WWE storylines in years comes to an end.
Bro, like, what the freak? Bro. They're all related. It makes so much sense. Like, they all look alike. They all look similar. So I was like, maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe they are. And they are. The bloodline. Bro, this storyline is insane, bro. What?